Absurdism is an offshoot of the philosophy of nihilism, which states that life has no meaning and or that nothing is actually real. Absurdism, however, explores the fact that life has no meaning and that trying to find meaning brings you into conflict with the universe itself. Absurdism was first written about by a Danish philosopher named Kierkegaard, and in his original version of it, absurdism is just a separation between religion and reality. Most people point to a French philosopher named Camus for pioneering the modern version of absurdism, which is the fact that the universe is inherently meaningless and that it is futile to try and find meaning in that. I personally have my own interpretation of it, which is that the universe has no set meaning that you can go out and sort of make your own meaning in it, and that you should really focus on trying to enjoy yourself more than fulfilling any higher purpose. When I was little, I struggled with emotional regulation. I would blow up over little things and not at all react to other things, especially when really little. I didn't respond much to things, and then when I was just little, grade 1 and 2, it was massive reaction. In first grade, I was a pretty violent kid. I would lash out a lot at people. And I eventually went to therapy for it in grade 2. But there's one memory that I'd like to share with you. So my entire class was lined up at the library. We're ready to leave, right? And so we're there. It's just blinking for me. We're standing there normally, and blink of an eye, everyone is stand back, and this teacher's mad at me. Oh, what happened? And I'm being marched down to the office now, and I'm like, what did I do? What happened? You might be as surprised to find out as I was. I hit a kid. I have no memory of it at all whatsoever. That's shocking, right? One of those weird lapse of memory things, I guess. In second grade, I went to therapy for stuff, and I don't remember a lot of it, but I remember one thing in particular, and that's what we talked about Ethan a lot. I'd like to take this opportunity to talk about Ethan. Ethan was a kid that I absolutely hated with all of my heart. As you know, birthday parties are the most important event in a small child's life, and Ethan was never ever invited to any of mine. He used to call me Pian and Ian Diabetes, which didn't make sense yet. I wasn't fat. I looked like this. Anyways, one of my earliest memories is in JK, and he's taking a truck from me. I hated this kid so much. If I saw him, I'd probably hit him. In 2020, something very unchill and not bodacious happened. I, along with everybody else on the planet, was forced into into lockdown, and it was a very isolating experience for everybody. I feel like it had a very big impact on everybody. I tried to keep up with the news for a bit at the start of it, but eventually I gave up trying to follow the news, and instead I fell into a little hole of memes. I feel like I should add some context to the state of the internet in 2020. There was one half of the internet that was kind of for everybody above the age of 20. That part of the internet was the part of the internet that put together all of the social distancing events and went out and banged pots and pans for frontline work. And then there's this part of the internet, which is a very cynical part of the internet that essentially just talked about how much everything sucked. So I kind of fell into that world of it. As a rule, like, it tends to talk a lot about how funny it is that there's an apocalypse going on really boringly. So kind of when, like, the most serious thing that takes over everything else in your life gets boiled down to a joke, it is kind of easier to go to a philosophy where nothing has much of a meaning, and you just kind of gotta make your own meaning and have fun with it all. All of that led me to following absurdism. It may be an altered version of it. It may not be proper textbook absurdism, but it's what I follow, and it's good enough for me, and it better be good enough for you too. It better be.
This is a threat now.
Alright, thank you for watching. You kind of have to, actually.